Okay, I'm just gonna play through a game with this, just so that you can see my combo and exactly what this deck looks like when you're playing it. Because just looking at the deck list, I've never like shown my deck to somebody and had them be like, "Oh wow, that's what you're doing." um, so it's probably best if we start this out by just showing you. Let me start with this. Now, I want to keep contracts in hand. Contracts are an important part of this. I'll play this. There's a consideration there in the fact that this deck technically runs 4 contracts, so it's a little bit awkward having it up, but it's fine. It's not that hard to either pop it by just stalling an additional turn and using it like a filibuster to just like get you another turn farther into the game, or just proccing your channel before you hit combo and need to use your reiterations. Sure. This hand does not have interaction, which is unfortunate, but I should be fine. That's the probably one of the bigger things you're looking for in an opening hand that's good. Like, to be fair, Tutoring and Servitude are probably fine cards to start with. But the other thing that can be really good to start with, especially if you think your opponent's going to try and rush you down, is like Dark Matter Blast and Call of the Old Gods, just to get rid of their stuff early on. I didn't worry too much about it because it's Mulligan. We play or improvise laws. We don't. That card is genuinely actually in the deck to try and pull contracts. We're not getting our Parchment Barrage, but like honestly, that's fine. That's okay. This deck is kind of like, I'd like to get it eventually, but we're fine. This deck is almost entirely draw, and you don't really feel as much as most decks when you can't get your Parchment. Let me think. Don't really need you right now. I'm gonna play this. I just want to get farther through my deck. Fine. We don't really need you. And then these we can probably just draw in any order. We're getting all of them. We already traded. Mulligan's turn. This deck looks like we're going to be losing. We do that on purpose. This deck has little to no interaction with the board. I'm not keeping my opponent off board. And they're gonna feel like they're absolutely stomping me until I look them dead in the eyes and tell them that they lost the game. That's just how the deck works. We're at 10 cards, meaning we have to play something. It might as well be this. Yeah, it might as well be this. This deck is also a lot better than you think it would be. I got really close to hitting Masters with it before, like, my brain melting and, like, falling a bunch of ranks because I kept, like, making misplays. And that was before I made some changes to this deck that made it way stronger. So, if I tried again, I could probably climb up to Masters. Let's see here. Good enough. But this deck is also, like, really, really hard to play. So, it's hard. Now, Mulligan's not really applying a lot of pressure, so we're just, like, fine. Normally, we'd be a lot more pressed to hoard filibusters, just so that, like, at this point, I'd probably be 1 or 2 turns away from them killing me. I probably would have used this to deal with something on their board. This is typically when you start having to do the math about, like, okay, this gives me a turn, this gives me a turn. I might have to reiterate it one time. What do I not need? This. Sure. I can play this and still get... And burning is not a big deal, but like Monkey Brain doesn't like seeing cards go away, so. And it's like a burned card is a card we're not drawing, so we typically don't love burning cards, but it's not a massive deal. I think players tend to overestimate how bad like losing a card is, because statistically it's unlikely to be the card that you need. This one? At this point, your burn doesn't really matter so much. Until you've popped your channels. Okay. Sure. Again, Mulligan's not really applying pressure. At this point, I can sort of pretend like I am close to dead and show you sort of what that looks like. We need to make it to turn 9. We have all of the cards we require to get there. It's slightly awkward, but we can do it. Because we need indentured this. So because it's turn 7, that means that we're like home free. We can just filibuster, next turn, filibuster, next turn, hit combo and kill them. That's what happens. It is incredibly rare that you have not assembled combo before turn 10. What do we not need? We could probably like filibuster cooking. Also, it's kind of unfortunate that we didn't get a parchment barrage, but again, we were fine. It wasn't really that important. We'll just play this. Play this. And we probably still want to trade something. I don't even know what I would trade though. I think this is a very rare situation where I'm just like actually not gonna trade a card. The fact that we got a discount on reiteration is also like slightly helpful, and you'll see why in a minute. Like again, we're not in danger, but I'm gonna show you why filibuster is like this deck wouldn't work without filibuster existing. Like you wouldn't be able to just play a deck that just doesn't have any removal if filibuster didn't exist. We do have bureaucrat. We have 2 of them. That's okay. We probably don't need it though, so we'll just trade it back. Cool. Might as well play this on the same turn that we are filibustering. Cool. That is helpful if for some reason I were to lose one of these. But we're not going to. We want 2 contracts, for the most part. Most of the time when we're trying to hit a combo, 2 contracts is the magic number. Most of the time those 2 contracts are a parchment and a channel destruction, but sometimes you can use Pact of Non-Aggression to make that happen too. Okay, so we have won the game at this point. We will. Actually, we also got a discount on that, so that's cool too. I didn't realize that we could have done this the turn before. But we need to go fast. I just remembered. Less talking, more planning. So we do this. We get it back. We do this. We do this. And now all of our spells are. And now we cook. So we start with this. Cool. We will take those. Play you. No pop. Play you. No pop. We play that. We are reiterating our altering fates. Don't care about you. You. Reiterate, Altering Fate. Don't care about you. That should pop it. Yep. No? Okay, I guess not. We still have space. We only need 4 of these guys. That's why I run one of these. There we go. Cool. Here's hoping we don't draw too many of these. We're fine. That should be an okay match to have gotten. Might as well play you, play you. We have gotten all of those out of the way, meaning that who's free to play that. Cool. Some of my decisions here are a little bit sloppy, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. We don't need to play perfectly, we just need to play good enough. Let me get these shuffled in at this point, because we're gonna proc that soon. I'm gonna use this just for draw. Give me my last healing pot that I need. Give me my last healing pot that I need. Uh-oh. Okay. We don't... This is where we have a couple of lines. I'm gonna just try and go for lethal. Unfortunate. Okay, well this will be a lesson in what you do if your combo ever does fizzle. Which is unfortunate for a tutorial video, because I am 1 damage off lethal and like 1 healing pop off of that. But that is why Cosmic Reanimation is in the deck, because we do this, and even if my opponent clears my board, they are dead. Right, this will at least be a lesson, and like this does not happen very often, but if it does, that's okay. We drop one of these. It doesn't matter even if they clear my board, because I can just kill them all. Very fun. Because we got a bit of a bonus surprise in it. And it's really hard for the opponent to find a way to simultaneously fill their entire board and deal with my guys. Because if they sit there, they do nothing, they summon guys, then I draw more cards, and my combo starts up again, right? They're in danger. I need 1 damage or a single point of healing, I think, at this point, to make that happen. Oh. Wait, did I already block? Oops. Oopsies. That's okay. Or we just, do this. See, like, that could go off. That probably would, make me win. Yeah. See, I was literally 1 card away anyways. But I'll show you the more fun thing, which is... BAM! The main reason why that's in the deck is, like, the combo will, like, probably, like, 95% of the time go off, like, correctly. It's just that if your opponent has a, like, Pact of Non-Aggression, if they've, like, played up Lotus or something, maybe, if they've done something, like, very disruptive, or they, like, have done just a really obscene amount of healing, like, gone above, like, 50 HP or something, then these guys are what kind of gets the job done, right? Okay. So, deck list time. I'm gonna explain basically every single card in this deck and why it's there. Because this deck is really difficult to know how to play. Oh my god. There we go. So, Dark Matter Blast is burn, right? It's partially in the deck just because it hits the opponent in the face once we've hit combo and it kills them. But also, you are totally free to use it as removal. Early game, if they play a creature that has 2, especially 3 or more HP or like attack, just use it. Just get the creature off board. It'll save you so much health in the long run and get you there. And it's fine. Indenture, that's our combo piece, right? You saw how that was used. We need 4 Spell Swords to hit combo. And I'll get to at the end exactly all of the different ways that hitting combo can look like. We have Channel. Again, that's our win con, right? We proc 2 of them, and that is enough. And then we have 1 Dread Experiment. And we have 1, we just had an extra one, right? We have 3 of like this, we just had an extra spot. And you usually end up with an extra Spell Sword, just because a lot of time hitting combo just summons an extra guy, and hitting combo will almost always only end up using 1 or 2 of these. So just drawing through your deck, you'll get another one, you'll play it, it'll pair with that, get you more draw. Dreadful Drain, it's burn, it heals you. That's why it's in the deck. Pact of Non-Aggression is a contract. It can sort of work as like a pseudo filibuster, right? It just gets you that 1 more turn that you need to just last long enough to hit combo. Parchment is an important note. It's a scary card in this deck. You do not want to be playing this on turn 2, because you just will not be able to get cards out of hand fast enough. I'm usually wanting to play this on like at earliest turn 4 or 5. Just that way I can consistently protect it. Play enough spells that my opponent is going to really struggle to get rid of it. And also, just at that point, I'm a lot less likely to just be stuck with a hand of cards that just replace themselves. And then I just start burning stuff. Which, again, like, burning is statistically unlikely to really be bad for you. But it is also cards you're not drawing, right? If you're burning cards, you may as well just have played your Parchment later, because you're just not getting the extra cards. Reiteration, you saw, we reiterate, oh my god, what did I get rid of? We reiterate, the draw in order to hit combo, right? We reiterate altering. Sometimes, if you have to, you'll use a reiteration with your Indentured, to hit combo. Sometimes, if you really have to, you'll use the reiteration on your filibuster just to last another turn. Right? Incredibly flexible card and very important. Call. It is burn, and it's the same thing with Dark Matter Blast, where like 100%, if your opponent plays a creature with 1 HP, I'm targeting that creature, not the face. Unless if it's like at the time when I'm like killing them. The 1 damage just doesn't matter so much until you've put the channels. The only time that this is really going face is like I don't have a good target, or like we're at the point in the game where like I'm just filibuster stalling, or like in the middle of killing my opponent. Cooking, it draws, it discounts, and the discard ability is useful, right? If you draw one of your combo pieces off of this, you're ecstatic, right? You're hitting combo sooner, and that is incredible. If you trade and the discount hits one of your combo pieces, you are also ecstatic, right? You're hitting combo sooner. And hitting combo a turn sooner is incredible. Golden Silence, I literally put in this deck like yesterday. It is like the final change that I've made before I feel like there is genuinely nothing I can change about this. And what this is for is specifically 2 creatures, basically. The 2 annoying creatures are Garanan and the Crusader that steals healing. These two guys don't love it when my opponent plays them against me. We don't lose, right? Our entire deck has burn spells. So, depending on when they get dropped, like, it's fine, right? At that point, like, with this guy, like, I'm not playing any more of my, restorative alchemies or anything like that until he's off the board. The Golden Silence just gives me another card that just very efficiently just goes no to those guys. For the most part, they're fine. Essentially, they're just creatures that must die before my combo can go off. Because we're cutting their HP in half multiple times. Like, the little bit of healing that this guy gives and this guy gives to them, I don't really care that much about. Like, they drop a Gary, I'm not freaking out. I'm still drawing all the cards I need. It's okay. I'm gonna kill him as soon as possible, but we're fine. We can still hit combo, we can still kill our opponent. This guy's more of a problem because he's stopping our healing from incrementing channel destruction. So I'm really not playing anything healing related into him because, like, I don't want to end up losing too many healing procs so that this doesn't go off. So it's just useful. And the really important thing about it is that it's also just still cycle. I can play it on an enemy creature and I get a healing proc, which is useful. I can play it on one of my own creatures because sometimes you end up with extra. And it just replaces itself. And that's also good. Improvised Laws. We really want our contracts. Like, bad enough to play a 3-mana spell that draws them. Like, they're just really important. Especially Channel. Like, I don't want Channel on the bottom of my deck. So the fact that we're running 3 of these is really useful. The important thing to note about this that's sort of marginal to think about is that it removes your top contract. So I'm not usually in a lot of rush to play this. Like, if I have 3 mana open and no better options, then, like, sure, I'll play it. But, like, if I'm picking between playing this and a cooking, I will play the cooking. Because once you have played your Improvised Laws, you're now unlikely for a minute to draw another contract because you've just taken the very top one out of your deck. So it's better to hit another couple attempts at draws to naturally draw one before you improvise. Restorative Alchemy, that's your draw. That's your heal engine, right? This gives you 4 healing procs per card, and that's the whole reason why this deck works. I'm not tending to play this unless if I really need the health to survive. Or, like, if I, like, really need the card out of hand, right? Like, this is a card that early on I'm actually very frequently just trading away, just because it gives me an extra life elixir in deck, which is nice. And I just, like, I just don't need it now, right? Like, this is just, like, I'll draw it during combo, and that's good enough. And I'd prefer not to accidentally drop a channel before I hit combo, because I need those contracts up to summon enough Cell Swords. Altering, that's our draw engine. We're reiterating that. It draws us 2 cards. We look at 4. It gets us there, right? Bureaucrat. We run 2 of... and the reason is for a number of reasons. It stops people from, like, disrupting us as easily. You'll notice that, like, almost every combo piece in our deck is not one of. Just because, like, it makes it so that, like, hand ripping doesn't turn off our deck, right? If somebody just, like, pulls a tutoring from our hand, we're not happy, but we're fine. our whole deck is draw, we'll get it, we'll be fine. Specifically with Bureaucrat also, I'm okay drawing it. It's discard effect, discount spells in hand, which is fine. And also, if I draw it, sometimes you play it. Like, there are certain decks that just don't have removal, and if you can stick one of these on field, you basically win. Right? Making your whole hand cost one less means that you can hit the combo on, like, turn 6. Which is really, really fast. And there are decks that are like that, right? Coin flip, right? The deck that just tries to, that only runs the Totem of Drax and Cooking the Books, that's not a deck that's going to stop you from field bureaucrating. And there's others. You can sort of tell when you're playing against somebody when their deck seems like really narrow focused. And those narrow focused decks would normally be really good against this because they're going to be so narrow that they're going to just get there faster. But this kind of counters that. The fact that I can just punish them for not having that interaction. Yeah, let's see here. Filibuster, again, the whole reason why this deck works. We are never trading our filibusters. We want them in hand. Every single one of these is just another turn that I survive. And that's everything that matters. Tutoring, again, we run 2 copies of it because we need to draw one of them to win the game, and I don't want my opponent to, like, play a Lotus or something, and for me to be like, wow, I lose now. And lastly, Cosmic Reanimation. Another really important thing that got added recently and made the deck go crazy in terms of its matchups. This is probably, like, the only deck in the game that, like, unironically, Cosmic Reanimation is actually goated in. And it's just, it is the backbreaker that, like, even if you make my combo fizzle, even if you have Pact of Non-Aggression or you do something crazy to turn off my deck, like, you know, like a bunch of mill, or you stick a Gary or a Guardsman, you're still not safe. I'm just gonna play through it as best as I can. I'm gonna do as good as I can. And you still might die, right? Particularly the kinds of decks that are gonna be doing that kind of disruption are probably Augur, right? It's probably gonna be Augur, like Merkband Stall, and Augur Merkband Stall doesn't fill its board, right? And if you're not filling your board, you're in a lot of trouble. If, you know, I get my combo off, even if I don't kill you. So that's all of the cards. Other things to note, specifically some smaller things of, like, what does hitting combo look like? You saw one of them. It is just, if you have 2 contracts up, just 2 indenture. Right? Easy. Right? If I have 2 indentured in hand and 2 contracts up, great. That's combo. It can also be 2 contracts plus I leave a reiteration up the previous turn. Then I play my 1 indentured, I get it back, I play it again, that's 5, that's enough. Some more niche ways of hitting combo, if your deck just really bricks in some strange ways, you can drop a Bureaucrat plus 3 indentured with only a single contract up, and that's combo, right? The Bureaucrat will make your indentured free, and it'll make your tutoring cost 6, meaning that it is a combo that you can do with 10 mana. Same thing goes for if you, like, have 2 up plus a reiteration up the previous turn, right? You leave reiteration up and then you go Bureaucrat, indentured, 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 tutoring. The other thing is, if you have, actually, wait. Bureaucrat? No, actually, no. If you leave a reiteration up the previous turn, you only need one of these in hand. Because you leave the reiteration up, you play Bureaucrat, your first one... No, you do need to. You do need to. Never mind. Scratch that. The other thing is, if you have 3 contracts, obviously it can just be Bureaucrat plus one of these plus combo. You just need 4. Just do the math. Find a way of getting 4 of these on board, and you win. Let me think if there's any other considerations to make. Try not to kill yourself with this card. If your opponent has done just a genuinely good job at like doing damage to you, and you think your combo is getting a little spicy, then you know, a lot of times it can be fair just to play exactly 10 spells and then filibuster and then try and cosmic to kill them. That way it doesn't do like 37 damage to you. I think that's it. Like, this is just the surface level. Like, you really have to have a spiritual connection with this deck and your ability to predict what's coming and what you still have left and how to play around your opponent. But at the same time, the skill ceiling for this is astronomical. Like, I think if I was a better player, I think I could genuinely, like, not just make it 2 Masters, but make it deep into Masters. If I was just a better player that could keep better tabs on what's in their deck and make better plays, pivoting into, like, reiterating burn when I don't have enough healing, and to, like... This deck is really hard. But it's also really fun. Oh, the thing I forgot to note... I'll probably just note it in the post. Other upside of this deck is really fun. I guess I should end this with, like, the big upside of this deck is that there is something very satisfying about Yu-Gi-Oh-ing all over your opponent. Because the amount of, like, shit talk turnaround per capita for this deck is just so high, right? Number of opponents that you will queue this deck against, and it will be turn 5, and they are beating you down. And they're like, wow, your deck sucks, right? You are dead. And you just go, no, I'm not. And they don't believe you. And you filibuster, and they're like, okay, cool, you're just dead next turn. And then you filibuster again, and they're like, okay, whatever, you're dead next turn. Then you filibuster again, and they're like, okay, can you stop doing that? And then you kill them. And then they don't know what to do. They're like, what the heck? That deck is dumb. But yeah, anyways, I should probably end this video.